Hello, this is Apocrypha from Apoc Industries, and this is episode 3 of Nightfall. And we're just going to dive right into it because it is 6:30 in the morning and we only have a limited amount of time before nightfall, which appropriately enough is when we start getting attacked by biters. What we are going to look at today is setting up some smelting columns for stone and for copper. Not sure what the priority is, honestly. I feel like prioritizing stone would be a good idea because then we can start building walls and we can start getting walls built around, our little tiny base here so that we can protect ourselves. But at the same time, getting copper is always good because right now our copper is very limited. Although we have lots of copper on hand, so I'm not really worried about the amount of copper we have. So, with that in mind, we will focus on getting a stone smelter set up. And it's not going to be a very big one. The iron smelter that we have here is enough to take care of, the not quite full yellow belt of materials that we have coming in. So we are... we'll make a smelter half that size for stone and for copper, and we're going to put that here. That's why I'm clearing out all these trees, and eventually why I will be clearing out all these rocks. Eventually. This would be one of those times when it would be nice to already have nanobots, but we don't. So we are doing what we can with what we got. How many furnaces do we have? Not nearly enough. Let's make a bunch more. And how are we doing for belts? Also not very many belts. I think we dismantled our facility that was making belts for us. So I think we'll set up a temporary facility up over here to make us some of those as well. I'm going to pull down this temporary facility we had for making ammo. I have to remember whereabouts I was expecting to put a bus. I think the plan was to have it running this way, and then having our construction, like our assemblers and stuff, all up over here. So, with that in mind, we might as well just start doing that now. We want to have this look nice, though. Yeah, man. There we go. Where are our lights? There. So this will basically give us our initial shape of our construction facility. That'll look kind of like this, and everything will be constructed up here. And our bus will be running down here, where our smelters are. And again, this is just a very, very early game solution. This is not something that we would expect to maintain for any real length of time. And just to make sure that we're putting the bus in the right spot, be down here. Perfect. So our iron we'll have on the top line of the bus. So, and where did our machines go? Okay. So what we'll do is the very first thing that we'll have is a facility which makes belts. And that'll look like this. You make gears, you make belts, you are limited in scope, And you go like this. You output prioritize on the left. And none of this has power, clearly. There. We're also gonna, if we have any, set up a couple of turrets up here. We don't at the moment have turrets, but we'll make some. We're also gonna set up a small ammo production facility right here. And this will use up a whole bunch of iron for the time being, which is fine. It's not unexpected that we'd be using a lot of iron early on. There we go. Automation 2 is finished. Fantastic. Next up, we're going to be grabbing, I think, steel processing. I'd like to get up to what am I trying to say here? You know, steel at some point soon. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're almost at noon. And we need to get this stone smelter set up. How much space are we talking about here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and right there. Okay. And we're just gonna grab this blueprint because apparently we're not thinking super straight right now, and we don't want to mess it up. Alright, and we'll have a little bit of stuff out here that's going to use our stone, basically just for making walls. That's really going to be the only thing right away that uses our stone. We will eventually have a little facility set up that makes... What do I have in here? Oh, I see. We'll have a little facility making steel furnaces once we actually get to the point where we have steel up and running. But until then, we will only be using our stone for paving and for walls. Most importantly, early on for walls. We also do have the ability to make inserters as well, so once we get our copper line set up, we'll probably just jump straight into making a green circuit belt on our bus, on our little bus, and set up a section for making inserters. Okay, so all this needs now is some stone, and all of these have run out of coal, which means that this is the perfect time to transfer everything over. Go. We do already have a lot of stone as well, which is great. Weave these together a little bit. We don't have any electric miners either. Let's go grab some. Speaking of things that need iron, we see that our science has run out of iron, and that is not going to be very helpful. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon. We have time. Would be nice to have something making whatchamacallit, gears for us, but at this very moment it is what it is, and we're not super worried. How's our pollution doing now? We're doing all right. And we have run out of belts, but it's okay because we have a place up here where we are making belts. Ta-da! And we have lots of bricks to spare, so we're not going to be shy about paving things. One, two, three. That should be enough for now. Where's my lights? Oh, we could use some more of those too. And clearly this actually needs to have power, so let's get some power. There we go. Now we've got, some bricks being made. Perfect. How's our power doing? Doing okay for now. Perfect. And as I mentioned, we are going to look at building walls. We are going to get ourselves walled off using walls which are at least 1 thick. We do have blueprints for 2 thick walls, but that'll probably be overkill for now. Also, building walls through the trees is going to be super annoying. Doing anything through trees is going to be super annoying, but whatever. So we are going to be taking some assemblers. We might as well use the better assemblers now that we have them. Actually, let's just do this. I wonder if it would be worthwhile having our gears be spitting out some additional gears for us too. Just like so. There. Enough. And we can cap this at something reasonable. There. Okay. And we are going to replace these. Everything can make a little faster. Alright. And we are going to take some walls out of here, or we're going to take some stone out of here to make walls, rather. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Cap this at maybe 400 walls at the moment. Should be good enough, I think. You make walls. There we go. That should be enough to support that. Our pollution cloud will be ever growing now. We may want to start thinking about actually going down and clearing out a couple of these biters' nests. We have a turret. We get some more. What you guys? You guys could probably use a little bit more stone. So let's make some more miners. Whoa. Oh no, we're back to handcrafting green circuits. That's okay. That's okay. We don't like handcrafting green circuits, but lacking the copper smelter doesn't leave us much choice. There we go. And I see our lights coming on. It's about 7:30. I do anticipate that we will be getting attacked soon. So we are going to start making a couple more turrets. Steel processing is finished, which opens up a whole lot of other stuff, but not so much stuff without green science set up. Okay. Make sure we have lots of ammo. What's on with you? Oh, it's like, why aren't you getting fuel? I am not very good at building things, it turns out. Alright. Let's fix up this a little bit. We'll have the coal run under here and have this kind of go like this, so we can have our path run through. Maybe I like that a little better. Anything that gives us a little bit faster access to either end of our base at this point is going to be a good thing. All right. And I'm going to, yeah. All right. I don't think we see any biters yet, but surely they will be coming. We could probably use another bit of defense up over here as well. Nah, come on, need more than that. There we go. Okay. Still not seeing any biters yet. That's good. How are we for coverage? I do see that there's kind of a weak point right here. I don't know if the biters are still going to be coming from the south or not, but assuming that they are, we should be okay. I think. I hope. Power should be good for the night. Yeah. Make this path forward. Maybe this isn't the best time to be doing beautification projects, but here we are. Alright. We're also going to start clearing out some trees in preparation to consider making, you know, the other smelter that we need. But now that I think about it, let's maybe set up some walls first. That might be more helpful. Like, oh, here we go, getting attacked. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of biters. And I see that they're coming up from the other side as well. Okay. We are prepared though. We are prepared. And just in time, we are going to start setting up this wall. That'll give us a much easier place to defend, because we can actually move our turrets kind of down that way a little bit. Like so. There we go. Okay. Building a wall through these trees is going to be problematic at best. So maybe we won't. It looks like some of the biters are starting to come from the east. But we may be better off at this very moment just building an additional turret there. I think that'll be good enough for now. Maybe we will start extending this wall a little bit, though. Oh, see, right where I just dropped that other turret. Okay. This isn't where we want to have a wall. It's not a very good spot for a wall. But it'll do for now. And for now is all we're really worried about. It will be our intent to make a much more, a much better wall. Hello guys. Welcome to the party. Good to see that our turrets are doing their work. Not a huge fan of taking down these trees because they actually provide some resistance to biters coming in, but I mean, hey, I'd much rather have some walls. So that is what we're doing. Building walls. And because we have the walls and we're not expecting any spitters, we can actually put our turrets a little bit closer. These walls are not going to stand up to very much punishment at all. That's kind of an awkward spot to get copper in, isn't it? We'll manage. Nice thing to know is that if we do wall this off, until we get our, it'll probably be another day or so before we get our steel smelter up anyway, so we might as well just put up this wall as it is. Just like so. And we haven't been attacked from the north yet at all, but I do see that there's a group of biters who are thinking about it. So, here we go. Holy jumpins', that's a lot of biters. And we will bring this over to the water and straight down. Well, straight down-ish, I guess. It is now 3:30 in the morning. Alright. We have a couple more turrets. We'll slap them down. One here, here, here. Early game defense. Nothing super impressive. Not by a long shot. But enough to get us through these nights. Cool. We still have lots of ammo on us. I don't think the biters necessarily will have given up for the night just yet. So we'll still expect them to be coming. And in terms of getting this copper in, I think what we'll actually end up having to do is pull it across this way and up in through here, which is really weird and maybe a little unfortunate because it's so weird, but I think that it'll work. I think it'll work. Well, our little base is pretty well defended now. We're going to have to take the fight to the biters at some point soon. But we've made it through another night, and at this point, that's all we can really ask for, isn't it? Our turrets are covering most of our wall. We can actually move this turret down a little bit now so that it can better cover our wall. Right there, maybe. And there we go. We will go through and fix up the bit of wall that got chewed on. Not very hurt at all, though. Fantastic. We'll actually be tearing down a lot of this wall very shortly so that we can make room for our steel smelter, but that won't be just yet. That's another night survived, and I think we're doing all right. Got our wall set up and defended, and not dead yet. 6 in the morning, so time to call it a day. Thank you very much for joining me. Definitely look forward to catching you again. Thanks for watching.